2019 was a really depressing year for music. And by depressing, I mean the actual songs on this list are so sad. Before I hop into the top 20, just quick honorable mention, all of the 100 Gex songs released this year. That's the only honorable mention, is all the songs on 1000 Gex. All 1000 of the Gex, all 1000 Gex are the honorable mentions of 2019. That's all I have to say about that. First song on this list, number 20, is Fallen Alien. Fallen Alien is a FKA Twigs song, and to be honest, I've never been a big FKA Twigs fan, but it was between this, there's some great songs on that album she released in 2019, Magdalene. It was a very good album. I believe it was an honorable mention in my best of 2019 albums. I'll link that in the description, my best, top 10 albums of 2019. But it's a great song, very cool, very dynamic, very interesting, and really crazy and out there from a vocal perspective. And it's a cool song. Rate Us by Jay Givens is my number 19, and it's a baller song. It's a baller song. To be honest, Domino, this is the lead teaser for Domino and the first song on the album, and it's not the best album. It's one that I included in my top 10 albums of 2019 that I haven't really gone back to and listened to. And I said in that video, I made a prediction that this would be an album that would grow on me a lot, and it really hasn't. It's just not something that I've continually come back to, because it is kind of sad knowing that it is kind of this album where Jay Givens is kind of giving up the faith. He's a Christian rapper, and he basically turns away from that, it seems, on this album. But it's kind of sad knowing that. But it's still a very good album, and this is an awesome song. Hope is a dangerous thing for a woman to have, but I have it, by Lana Del Rey, is my number 18, and it's a good song. It's actually a beautiful song, dude. Oh my goodness. It's a ballad. It's kind of a long song. It's like 5 minutes plus, a really excellent way to end the album. I mean, such an effective ending. It's got so much emotion in the vocals. There's so much going on here vocally. There's so much power. Actually, it's not even that it's super complex or crazy like Fallen Alien. It's fairly straightforward, just beautiful. Her voice is just beautiful in the song. The lyrics are beautiful. The chorus changes throughout the song, making it more dynamic and interesting. And it just hits. This song hits. Nothing is Safe by Clipping. There Existed an Addiction to Blood is a cool album. I actually liked it better than Visions of Bodies Being Burned, even though that album kind of took off with the YouTubers who review music. I absolutely loved Clipping's 2020 album, but it didn't really stick for me the way that Visions of Bodies Being Burned did. I mean, There Existed an Addiction to Blood. I'm sorry, I'm mixing up the names of the albums. But the first real track on the album after the intro is Nothing is Safe. And Nothing is Safe is kind of a banger. It's got a cool build-up. I feel like I say that a lot. I point out the cool build-up in these songs a lot. But it's got, honestly, it is building for a long time. And then it pops off, and the lyrics are great, and the flow is great, and it's a very cool song. Venice is my number 16 song of 2019, and it's a baller song. It's awesome. It's so good. Oh my goodness. Dude, this is one of those songs that kind of takes you to another place when you're listening to it. It's a long song. It's like longer than 9 minutes, and every single minute of it you want to be hearing it because it's so good. It's such a good song. The vocals are great. The song is great. I really don't have a lot to say about it other than you should listen to it. Don't miss it. It's a bit of a slow burn, but the hook is fantastic. The vocals are fantastic. The lyrics are fantastic. It's a fantastic song. The feeling, the emotion behind the song is fantastic. Listen to it. And number 15 is the song Drama from Dave's Psychodrama, my album of the year 2019. Spoiler alert. This song made me cry 2 or 3 times. It's not consistently a strong emotional reaction. It really is. the song is very emotional in the context of the album, not by itself. And that is one of the reasons it's lower on this list. And we'll talk more about that and, you know, how a song being on an album can change, you know, the quality. You know, you have to listen to the album. There's no point in listening to the song by itself because it is 100% purposefully the end of a journey that starts with the first song, Psycho. More on that later in the video. But it's still a fantastic song. My number 14 is Letter to Madeline by Ian No. This song is, if you don't know who, you probably don't know, because this is a very obscure album, my number 2 album of the year, actually, is called Between the Country. It is a modern country album that doesn't sound like modern country. It all is like acoustic instrumentation. It sounds like it was released like 30 years ago, like Johnny Cash era, but without the humor, basically. It's Johnny Cash without the humor, without the fun. Take the fun out of Johnny Cash, just leave the depressing stuff, and that's Ian No. And this song is a story song. And you know what? I'm not actually going to spoil it. I'll just tell you to listen to it because the story is pretty amazing. One of the best hooks of any of the songs, possibly the best chorus hook of all of the songs of on this list of 2019. Probably the best chorus of 2019. I was bored as fudge, sitting around thinking all this morbid stuff. Morbid Stuff by Pup is my 13th favorite song of 2019, and it's a fantastic song. Another one of those great intro tracks, and there's a lot of that on this video. There's a lot of intro tracks, but honestly, this is the one that I've come back to the most. This is the one that I've heard the most from the album because the lyrics hit really hard. It's also not a very long song. There's some longer songs in the album, and this song gets a lot done with a short runtime. It's a pop punk song that's got some really emotional lyrics and a message behind it, and it means a lot to a lot of people, this song and this album. I think less so to me. I think I resonate with it on a much less emotional scale than a lot of people, but it's still a fantastic album, easily one of the best albums of 2019. And this is a really great song. My number 12 song, If Tomorrow Doesn't Do Me In, is also by Ian No, and it's an absolutely beautiful song that captures this feeling that I have not felt with any music ever. This feeling of kind of existing. The song is about, well, you can tell from the title, it's kind of a anthology song with the lyrics and the verses where each verse will focus on a new person who's just working to survive, and they're just saying, hey, this is, and they're talking about their day, and they're talking about the grind and what they're doing, and they say, you know, I'll get up and do it tomorrow. If Today Doesn't Do Me In is the name of the song. I said that wrong. It's not If Tomorrow Doesn't Do Me In. It's If Today Doesn't Do Me In. And wow, it's really good. And the next song, Ghosteen, is about Nick Cave's, the death of Nick Cave's son. And it's this epic song, the longest song on this video, 12 minutes long, I think, around 12, maybe 13 minutes, where he just kind of uses these imagery of the 3 little bears and nursery rhyme imagery, and I don't want to talk about it. Dang, this is terrible. This is a terrible video. My number 10, Nights That Won't Happen, is once again a kind of a long song. It's like 6 minutes long. It's about death and the beauty in death, the escape in death. Why? This is terrible. This needs to stop. Let's okay. Next song. It's a typical story. It's actually anything but a typical story. Typical Story is my number 9 song of 2019. And you know what? I could have gone mega depressing with this. I was going to pick the song Happiness, and I switched it out the last second because Typical Story to me is just iconic. I think this is one of Hobo Johnson's most experimental and interesting songs from a musical perspective. It's just him doing a different thing, like making this song that rocks really, really hard, that's extremely loud and grating. And I'm sure a lot of people, I looked at the dislikes on this song, A lot of people are going to find this annoying, especially if you don't already have patience for spoken word or Hobo Johnson, because a lot of people think Hobo Johnson's really annoying, which is understandable. And if you think he's annoying, you will hate this song. If you like Hobo Johnson, you just might love this song. I kind of love this song. Can I Call You Tonight by Dayglow is actually a song that I discovered in either late 2020 or 2021. I think it was later 2020. But I'm glad I've heard this song because it is like catharsis, which is really great to talk about. Because a lot of these songs, and sad songs are catharsis. I don't know if I'm saying that word right. They're comforting to people who've been through similar experiences or who need to let out their sadness in some way. People need to cry. People need to feel sad, someone else feeling their sadness to make them feel like they're not alone. And Can I Call You Tonight is very simply like a teen love song. And it's just super pleasant. The music, the hook, the vocals, it puts you at ease. And it's all just really nice. And I really like it. Psycho is the intro track on Dave's psychodrama. It sets up the album extremely well. It also sets up the artist, Dave, extremely well. It sets up everything well, man. It's just a setup song, but it's awesome. You could listen to this and not listen to the album and be like, dang, this song is awesome, but it's a lot better in the context of the album, as every song is on that album, because it's a very holistic album experience. It's something you're supposed to listen to as an album, It's not like a DaBaby song where it's made for a playlist, it's made for an album. But this song goes through multiple phases of different types of music and tone, and where it's hype, and then it's sad, and then it's depressing, and then it's scary, and it's a really cool song. The Purple Mountains album is depressing. It's sad. It's also funny and sarcastic and witty. And I had to pick for my number 6 a really fun song off of that album. It's called Storyline Fever. It's basically about writer's block. And the real reason I love this music, oh, my bad, I spoiled it. The real reason I love this song is the music. The music is fantastic. It's super upbeat, super fun, super memorable. It will get stuck in your head and you will not be able to get it out. It is such a fun song. And it just makes me feel good. And, it's also pretty creative and interesting and well-written, and it's a great song. Vampire Weekend did a song called Harmony Hall in 2019. I feel like I've been saying 2020 for some of these songs. This is the best songs of 2019. But Harmony Hall, very simply put, is, I just gotta check, it's not the most beautiful song. It is one of the most beautiful songs of 2019. It's awesome. The instrumentation is lush and just beautiful. I keep saying beautiful. It's beautiful. And the vocals are great and the lyrics are great. And it's just fantastic. It's, once again, this song is very, very comforting. It's cathartic to hear this song and just, especially when you're having a bad day, just listen to some Harmony Hall. It might make you feel a little bit better. Okay, we have 2 very happy songs before, extremely happy songs, before we get into the final 2, which are both very, very sad and dark songs. But my number 4 is Gone Gone Thank You from the Tyler, the Creator album, Igor. I'm not crazy about Igor. It's a great album. I'm not crazy about it. I think it objectively is extremely good. I'll link my Igor review in the description. But, it's an amazing song. Absolutely fantastic. Once again, this is a song that captures a feeling, and I love songs that can do that. I love songs that can capture a specific feeling, a specific mood, and bottle it up, and you can feel that feeling every time you press play. And it's like a summer feeling. It's like this feeling of kind of your youth and summer and just feeling happy and licking a freaking snow cone and jumping into a lake or a pool. It's that, but a song. It's so happy. It's so nostalgic. It's awesome. My number 3 is The Rush by King's Kaleidoscope. And I gotta say, it's a good song. This is a weird one, though. This was released very, very, very early in 2019, in January. And on the album Zeal, which is the album that released in 2019, it was released as 3 separate tracks, which they shouldn't have done. Doesn't really make any sense, other than the fact that the song does have 3 very distinct phases. But it works best as all three phases connected, because they originally, when they released the song, it was just on YouTube. They released the whole song, and all of the parts were connected, and it was just one song, and then they split it up on the album, which is just weird. But I explained why. It's basically a song about heaven. It's a song, it's a Christian song about what happens when you die as a Christian and go to heaven, and it's about being passionate about faith and about God and Jesus. And it's one of the most, it is the most passionate song of 2019, the most heart and soul put into it, and it is just beautiful and fantastic. And you got to listen to it right now. My number 2 is the Dawn chorus. A lot of people are not gonna like this song. A lot of people. It is this, it's just, there's no singing. It's like monotone, this guy delivering these words, and it's so insanely depressing and dark and just all-consuming. This song consumes the world around you. Close your eyes and you are in a bleak gray world where there's no trees. It's just a flat, bleak gray world, and you start having a panic attack. And my number 1 is Everything I Wanted by Billie Eilish. And I have to say, choosing between 1 and 2, I flip-flop on this like regularly. Like, for this video, I'm saying that the number 1 is the Billie Eilish song. Any day, maybe by the end of today even, I'll flip-flop and say, hey, Dawn Chorus is the best of 2019, because it's a very, very extremely close race. I think both these songs are fantastic. But Everything I Wanted is a very dark and depressing song, and it's the best song Billie Eilish has ever written, performed, amazing music, best production on any of her songs. Even though you could say it's a little bit simple, it's less experimental than some of her music, but more musically consistent. Doesn't change as much as some of her other music, but it's beautiful, it's fantastic, it's amazing, it's very good. I feel this song on a very deep level. Not the suicide part. I'm not suicidal, but for some reason, I feel this song a lot, very hard. It's very good. It's a great song. Just, if you probably have heard it, but if you haven't, just give it a shot. That's all I got for today. Tell me, what is your top 10? What's your top 5? What's your number 1? What is missing? What amazing song did I fail to mention? Please tell me, because I would like to listen to it. I will. I'll get on that if you leave a comment. Thanks for watching the video. Have a great rest of your day.